That's right, people. It's the Symphony of Wrestling. No class Erik Bass, and the big hitter with all the glitter, Zane Valentine. It's the main event, finally, where we belong. Wesley Pipes has made it 2 out of 3 falls. We only need 2, and that old man is going into reversing falls.
Well said, Pece, well put together, and well delivered. That's right, the Cadillac, the pink Cadillac of Cardio's back, Jack, and Wesley Pipes, you're on the menu tonight because the Zane train's all aboard. The big hitter with all the goodies, got all the stops coming out for you tonight. It's best 2 out of 3, and that's all I need. Those 2 rounds with the Twin Peaks that nobody can defeat. And I mean nobody. And that's you, Wesley Pipes. Nobody. You might have an impressive resume. You might have been all over the world with those championships, but look where it lands you now. It lands you in the squared circle with the man with the luscious lance and the widest back in the business today. So buckle up, bucko, because you got 2 falls coming with Mr. University of Pain, the Cadillac of Cardio, Zane, the ultimate male Valentine. And I mean nobody does it better than Mr. Good Looking. Always got it cooking with the whole crowd shookin'. Enjoy it all.
Zane Valentine and no class Erik Bass, the time for talking's over, boys. Cause tonight, you step in the ring with the 260-pound muscle beast, Wesley Pipes, and I promise you, I'm gonna make you regret ever asking for that main event spot.
By his manager, no class Erik Bass. At 6 feet tall and 253 pounds, hailing from the depths of narcissism. He is the big hitter with all the glitter, the big hammer with all the glamour, man with the peaks no one can defeat, the Cadillac of cardio in the square circle, the rope running rocket, and a man who his own family is wearing his opponent's t-shirt in the front row tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the ultimate male, Zane Valentine.
Kotsabasakis, what a treat we are getting, man. This show has been amazing so far. I need to thank the Pub Down Under, KV Supplement King, China Coast West, Costco, and of course the St. John Sea Dogs for such an event. And we're getting more. We have a 2 out of 3 falls with 2 of the best competitors in Superstars of Wrestling.
Despite the behavior of no class Erik Bass, you are not allowed to spray or throw anything at the combatants here tonight.
And why would no class Erik Bass do that? I just got done talking about what a great competitor this man is, and he's spraying water in our fans' faces. Someone needs to teach that man a lesson.
I was talking to Rudy Lockmar during the intermission, Travis. Rudy was telling me how hot it is in here tonight and how hard it is on the competitors.
Didn't you see that?
Erik Bass doing the right thing and cooling down our audience from the heat with the spray.
Okay. When you listen to yourself, look at that. He took a, Zane Valentine took a fan sign, ripped it, he stole a kiss. Erik Bass sprayed an elderly man in the face with water. We gotta get control here. There might be a riot in St. John before the match starts.
Get a good look of Jack and Stack, and that's a fact. The Cadillac, pink and black is back, baby. Oh, Wesley Pipes, you're going down because the AJ's ready.
You heard Robert Hooper say that he's from the depths of narcissism, and he is showing it in spades tonight.
I gotta say, I love it.
You and I have very different moral compasses. That's what I'm learning tonight.
I've known Zane Valentine for a long time. We talked about this last show. The differences between him in 2012 compared to, say, 2025 are night and day.
Cut the music now! Cut the music! You cut that music!
He doesn't make that choice.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, with great pride that I introduce to you, the John Brunswick Fairdown, the Muscle Beast from Muscle Beach, weighing in tonight at 263 pounds. He is Wesley Pipes!
There he is, the King Kong of St. John, the Muscle Beast, Wesley Pipes. Both these men, I believe, are undefeated in Superstars of Wrestling. Something's gotta give tonight. And I love that we have the stipulation of 2 out of 3 falls, because it gets no more definitive. One of these men will have to defeat the other twice to get their hand raised.
And I'm sorry, Travis, I want to speak to you, but it's hard to do it when the audience is reacting the way they are to Wesley Pipes.
We talk about men who are beloved in this company, and Wesley Pipes, he would be near the top of that pecking order. He really is the heart and soul of Superstars of Wrestling.
Honestly, I was about to say the exact same thing, the exact same words, the heart and soul of Superstars of Wrestling.
Now, Wesley Pipes coming off a war, a battle with Channing Thomas. Zane Valentine coming off a victory over Bobby Ocean. But I have to note, an assist goes to the man in the pink jacket, no class, Erik Bass.
Erik Bass, I've said it before, he's completely turned around Zane Valentine's career. For the
Before we get this match started,
I'm going to let this
I'm
legend
told that we
speak.
have a very special guest here in attendance tonight.
That's what they
Where's
say.
Trevor Georgie? Where's the GM of the Sea Dogs? Oh, there's Trevor Georgie right there. Trevor, we've heard very good things about the Sea Dogs. 3 President's Cups, 2 Memorial Cups. Why don't you tell them your secret, Trevor? Why don't you tell them why you got those deep pockets to be able to afford all those nice seats for you and your employees? Your big boss up in Florenceville, Scotty McCain. We used to sell those frozen french fries, giving you those deep pockets to buy those Memorial Cup rings, buy those President Cup rings, buy all these people's tickets. Tell them about your deep pockets. But listen, Trevor, this is something money can't buy. Take a look at the Ultimate Male. Take a look at the luscious slats. Take a look at the beats that nobody can defeat. He's a rope rider rocket, that's what they say! Woo!
Oh, why don't you people sit there like you are and shut your mouth and show me the respect I deserve? You people are blessed to have the presence of the Ultimate Male to give his AWSS. Who's the man in there with the power? Tell the facts people right now, it's the Ultimate Male. What do the people over here think about the Ultimate Male? Tell me right now. What do people think about me? What about you pathetic dudes over here? What do you think about the Ultimate Male? What about all you disgusting, despicable display of fans I never saw in my life? What do you think about the Ultimate Male?
Look at that, Travis. They're on their feet for Zane Valentine.
One single thing. What do you people think? Because I'm better than you, and that's the facts.
How disgraceful is that? We call the audience.
Now, referee, ring that bell so I can kick his ass twice very fast to get back to my life, which is high-end, living plug, living legend. The Ultimate Male never dies. Heroes get remembered, but the Ultimate Male never dies.
That's what they say, Travis.
right. If you two morons are finished running your mouths, I'm going to give you two options. Is it going to be the hospital or the graveyard?
Coach Stab, there is a graveyard right next door to the Hillcrest Baptist Church. And the muscle beast Wesley Pipes wants to send Zane Valentine there.
Hey, look, I actually like Wesley Pipes, but he's got to be careful with Zane Valentine, Erik Bass, Ron Johnson, and Tom O'Leary as his opposition, because that graveyard might be where his win-loss streak goes.
For the viewers at home, Tom Johnson and Ron O'Leary, as my colleague taught me, are Zane Valentine's biceps. Yes, the man names his biceps. As if
you got to think, a 3-on-1 handicap match against Zane Valentine.
3-on-1 handicap match?
Ron and Tom.
Oh my goodness.
Zane against Wesley Pipes. A bit of an unfair advantage in the corner of Zane Valentine, but hey, if anyone's up for the challenge, it's Wesley Pipes.
I'm not sure who's more in love with Zane Valentine, himself or you, but I digress. Wesley Pipes shoots Zane Valentine off, and Zane Valentine like running into a brick wall. You've been in the ring with Wesley. What's it like running into him? What does that feel like?
It feels like running into a brick wall. It's a cliche, but you are hitting a brick wall running into Wesley Pipes.
Oh, and notice that Zane was staggered a bit, but still on his feet.
A brick wall that hits back, mind you.
I have to say, what a drop kick by Pipes. And I know I should be impartial, but I really did not like Valentine calling our fans pukes, calling our fans disgusting, and then Erik Bass spraying our fans with water. Pipes with a body slam.
Again, I got to give it up. The show of appreciation Erik Bass has for our audience, cooling them down in this hot building under these hot lights like that.
Well, while you're performing mental gymnastics, you were going to say that Erik Bass has actually turned Zane Valentine around. How so?
Look, I've always liked Zane. I got along with him really well over the years. I'm not stalking at his school, Travis. When I say the Zane Valentine that broke into this business, he was immature. Despite his size and his athleticism, he didn't get a lot of wins. And that's because he had no leadership. He had no guidance. He got in his own head a lot. He made mistakes. Erik Bass recognized the potential, and a lifelong friend that he had with Zane Valentine was able to mold him to turn him into an athlete that, so far in Superstars of Wrestling, is undefeated.
Well, you said he would get into his own head. Wesley Snipes taking Erik Bass and Zane Valentine's and making them collide heads. Wesley Pipes getting our fans involved.
Where's Sharky? Where's Sharky now? An automatic disqualification. Outside interference.
Well,
that little boy needs to be kicked out of this arena for striking a pro wrestler.
Well, when Erik Bass has incited the fans the way he has, something had to give. Like you said, it's like when a team gets a new coach. Zane Valentine and Erik Bass has proved to go together like peanut butter and chocolate. It's just a winning combo.
The audience in front of us is actually laughing at Zane Valentine.
I wonder why. And did Wesley Pipes just cool down Zane Valentine?
No, he hit him with a foreign object, Travis. That's, by my count, a victory for Zane Valentine. That's 2 disqualifications that should have been in favor of Zane.
Well, if Zane wants to win this match,
shot from an illegal competitor with this child in the front row, and now a foreign object used by Wesley Pipes.
Well, you mentioned 2 victories. Whoever wins this match is going to need 2 victories. That is the brilliance of a 2 out of 3 falls match. This is where legends are fortified. I think of Steamboat and Flair. I think of Omega and Okada. 2 out of 3 falls is really the definitive end. And Pipes hitting the pipe, hitting that ring post.
Pipes is a big man. A ring post is going to wound anybody regardless of size.
So true, man. It doesn't matter if you're 6'3", 5'6". A ring post is the ring post. And getting thrown full force, head first into it, will drop any human. Zane now. So smart not to allow Pipes to get up to his feet. And dedicating a double dose to the lower back of Wesley Pipes. Thank you again, Kotsab, for educating me on all these foolish names.
Well, I'm glad that you've learned.
Oh, and a diving elbow there. First fall of this match, only a 2 count. Dang, Sharky's not doing his job. I would beg to differ. Pipes now. Zane took his eye off the ball for a second, allows Pipes to get back in and cuts him off with the kitchen sink. And just stomping the cranium of Wesley Pipes.
Look at the strength of Zane Valentine. Hit a vertical suplex
Picture
on
perfect.
someone like a muscle beast like Wesley Pipes.
I can't knock it. And he just drove Ron O'Leary, I believe, into the sternum of Pipes.
Ron O'Leary with an elbow of elegance onto Wesley Pipes.
I'm not sure if it was elegant. He's choking the man. The ref doesn't see it. He's using a piece of fabric to cross the windpipe of Pipes.
Well, that's what you get for using a child as an outside interfering competitor.
And look at this. Erik Bass getting involved. He's also choking Pipes. How often is this going to happen? How often are we going to have to sit while Erik Bass interferes in these matches?
Like I said, the greatest investment Zane Valentine ever made is Erik Bass.
It makes sense when every match with him is a 2-on-1. Pardon me, 4-on-1. I can't forget Ron and Tom. My apologies. And again, keep in mind, Wesley has been choked twice with that fabric, and now Zane putting his windpipe across that bottom rope. And again, Erik Bass is getting involved. Sharky, throw this man out.
Who's coming?
You would hear that right hand.
I was surprised if Pipes wasn't eating through a straw after that one. That was a sickening right hand from Valentine.
We are in an extremely loud building, and you can still hear that right hand echo in the entire room.
And that lariat to the back of the head. You mentioned it's a loud building. I know it's not a popularity contest, but it's arguably the most beloved man versus arguably the most hated man in this company going at it. So we got a cacophony of noise tonight.
Look, I admit, if it was a popularity contest, Wesley Pipes would already be the Superstars of Wrestling heavyweight champion. But wrestling is not a popularity contest.
It certainly isn't, Kotsab. And you mentioned that title. You have to think that both of these men are the front runners to be the inaugural champion.
I would have to think so. Superstars of Wrestling owner Jeff Graves mentioned earlier on in the night that our next show right here would be May 17th, and the matches that night are directly going to impact our first heavyweight champion. But in order to get to May 17th, you got to have a good win-loss record, and that's what these men are looking to do tonight, is to keep that win streak alive.
And I think Zane Valentine is setting up for the broken ear. I don't know if it's 7 years of bad luck, but it's certainly effective.
Reminds me of a legend of the sport, and much like him, that broken mirror is absolutely perfect.
Now, you mentioned the title, you mentioned how intense both these men are. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but Zane Valentine Irish whipped Wesley so hard the whole ring moved, but the whole ring moved on that power slam from Wesley Pipes.
Power is the operative word. European uppercut.
And an exploder suplex. And look how far he threw Zane Valentine, not a small man, and he threw him right across the ring.
Wesley Pipes with exploder suplex. And look, Pipes going to the top rope, something that we don't see a lot of from Wesley Pipes, from men his size.
This is unorthodox of Pipes. And look at that! Erik Bass shook the ropes and dropped Pipes.
Did you see Wesley Pipes tripping on the top rope?
Would you stop? Over the peaks goes Wesley Pipes. This could be it, Josh. Oh my goodness, and the first fall has happened.
Travis, you just saw Wesley Pipes' shoulders pin to the mat, 1, 2, 3 for the first time in Superstars of Wrestling. And it's courtesy of the ultimate male, Zane Valentine.
Zane Valentine.
You're right. I'll give Zane Valentine that over the peaks is such a devastating move. Thank you again for teaching me that.
And look how smart. See what Erik Bass was. Erik Bass letting Zane Valentine know what he has to do. Reminding him, don't celebrate that first pinfall. Zane Valentine getting right back on top of Wesley Pipes the way he should.
You're right about the advice, but are we going to ignore what led to the first fall? Erik Bass getting on the ring apron, shaking that rope, causing Pipes to lose balance and give Valentine the window of advantage.
Zane Valentine about to show how you balance on the top rope. How about this for an elbow of elegance? Oh. Snap into it, dig it, elbow off the top rope.
Zane thinks he won. That was only a 2 count. He thinks the elbow of elegance ended it, but Pipes is still in this.
That was a 2 count. Erik Bass needs to get control of his man. He shouldn't be celebrating with Zane Valentine. He needs to pay attention to the ref now.
Sharky finally realizing he didn't win. And what an adrenaline dump must that be?
Look at Pipes is up, measuring Zane Valentine.
Here we go. Wesley Pipes.
That, you mentioned it earlier, that is not a small man.
He's thinking, he's going for it. Mark of the Beast! And I think Wesley Pipes just evened it up. No, he's calling for one more. Pipes again.
If he hits this a second time, it's likely good for 2.
How many times is Erik Bass going to stick his nose where it doesn't belong? This match should be 1-1 apiece, and Zane's still in this.
That's why you buy insurance, Travis. Classic Zane Valentine.
Had that full Nelson. Pipes, though, technical wrestler. Gets the 3. We are evened up, Kotsab. 1-1.
The winner of your second fall, Wesley Pipes. We are going to the third fall.
This is winner take all. Next fall wins it.
We are in sudden death.
Erik Bass assisted on the first fall. He tried
Erik Bass needs to get Zane Valentine back into the game here.
Erik Bass needs to stop getting involved. He assisted the first fall. He tried to assist the second, but Wesley was just too strong, too resilient.
We saw this.
Wesley Pipes is He's a beast!
I said it last time, I'll say it again. He is not human.
The muscle beast muscling Zane Valentine into the ring. I think this is it. 2-1 Pipes. No! Valentine kicks out.
I don't care how strong you are. I don't care if you're the size of Wesley Pipes. You are not putting Zane Valentine away with one arm across the chest.
That's true. That was very lackadaisical cover. We mentioned
the show. 2 falls. How exhausted must these men be?
This is the third match. This is essentially the third wrestling match these men are having tonight.
Exchange of blows.
Zane Valentine. What gets in your head? I mean, Zane Valentine knows that if this was under traditional rules, he would already be the victor. But yet he's still in this.
Look at this.
That was a luscious landing for Wesley Pipes. Could this be it?
See, we've talked about it several times tonight. Zane's got to hook that leg.
Yeah, again, but you've already wrestled 2 matches. I don't think he had the energy to hook that leg. Wesley Pipes just trying to get his bearing, get his wits.
Chef's kiss. We are going.
This is how he won the first fall.
Oh, look how strong Zane Valentine is. See what I mean? Zane Valentine is not the competitor that he was 15 years ago. He's smartened up. He's educated.
And learned from his mistakes. That pinfall is what gave Pipes the second fall. And Valentine, too smart to fall for that twice.
And I just want to point out, do you know how many men Wesley Pipes has put down with that pump kick? You're talking to one right now. But he knows, look, Zane Valentine already getting up to a move that several men have lost to.
Getting up from a move several men have lost to, and kicking out of a move he already lost to earlier in this match. Valentine doesn't know he's in St. John right now. And Pipes perhaps thinking, a second mark of the beast. Mark of the beast lands flush.
He hit one corner and bounced into the other. The velocity and force of Wesley Pipes. Things are not looking good for Zane Valentine.
What happened? Why isn't the match over?
Sharky fell out of the ring!
Are you kidding me? Erik Bass pulled Sharky out of the ring, and Sharky doing what he should have did 2 falls ago. He's throwing no class out of this ring.
Can he do that?
No class Erik Bass stuck his nose where it didn't belong one too many times, and he's been ejected. Kotsab, who's this?
I don't know what's happening.
It's Franco Varga. Franco Varga chasing Erik Bass back into the ring.
Look.
This crowd is on its feet.
Varga.
No! Franco Varga is in cahoots with Valentine and Bass. Franco driver to the muscle beast. Oh my goodness, they're putting their hands on an official. Oh my God, he just dropped Sharky. And look at Bass, how disgusting is that? Hitting Sharky when it's down. It's the Maritime Luchador with the steel chair in hand, clearing the ring.
Hey, you know what?
Jeff Graves trying to get order here.
Hey! That sort of stuff that like 5 other companies you guys work for, not here! Not in Superstars Wrestling! Hey, Zane! Stick around with us, bud! guys, May 17th, be here!
Kotsab, what an announcement!
That is a huge main event.
That is two super teams of superstars of wrestling. Maybe the two most beloved men in this company, Fantana and Wesley Pipes.
You gotta wonder, how does a tag team main event like that, how is it going to affect the upcoming Superstars of Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship?
Well, this has been an amazing event.